Jai Suparikar Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Avirbhav Mahamahotsav Titi Ki Jai. Jai Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Gaur Govinda Swami Transcendental Disappearance Day Ki Jai. He disappeared on the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Yes. Jai Nitya Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Mahabhagavat Srila Gaura Kishore Das Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Vaishnava Sarvabhaum Shri Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Gaudiya Vedanta Charja Baladev Vidubhusan Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Srila Narottam Srinivas Yamananda Prabhu Trai Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Sara Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Srila Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandadi Gaur Parsada Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sigo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Navadvipa Dhama Ki Jai. Shri Antar Dweep Mayapur, Simanta Dweep, Godrum Dweep, Madhya Dweep, Kola Dweep, Ritu Dweep, Jana Dweep, Moda Drama Dweep, Ruda Dweep, Atmaka, Shri Shri Navadweep Dhama Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Govardhan Dvadashavanatmaka Shri Braj Mandala Dhama Ki Jai. Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Madan Mohan Jiv Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Raman Radha Damodar Jiv Ki Jai. Jai Shrimati Lalita Vishaka Adi Ashta Sakhi Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Manjari Rati Manjari Ananga Manjari Adi Manjari Vrinda Ki Jai. Shrimati Brinda Devi Ki Jai. Shrimati Purnamasi Yogamaya Devi Ki Jai. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Sarva Bhishta Pradata Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Jiv Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Purushottam Kshetra Dhama Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Sri Nrsinga Dev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhu Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Charodam Charu Sampradaya Charu Acharya Ki Jai. Akara Matraj Shri Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. Orananya Shakamat Samuha Ki Jai. Shri Vishva Vaishnav Raj Sabha Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Tri Bhuvana Pavana Harinam Samkirtana Ki Jai. Tri Bhuvana Mangala Harinam Prabhu Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai. Sachinandan Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Shri Nityananda Mahajana Ki Jai. Shri Pancha Tattva Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. I have to hear everyone say Hari Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Vandeham, everyone can do together. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Desatarane Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namane Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audaurya Madhurya Gunaistriyuktam Varampenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Nam Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupane Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Iti Namane Ati Martya Charitraya Swasritam Shapalane Jiva Dukke Siddhartaya Shri Nama Prema Dayane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ti Namane Shri Varsavana Videvi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadya Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shrimurtai Dinatarane Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharane Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Rasambodhe Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Trishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Suruto Pangor Mama Mandamater Gati Matsarvasva Padambojo Radha Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Smarami Srimad Rasarasarambhi Vamshivata Tatakstitaha Karshan Venu Swanayar Gopir Gopinata Shriyestunaham Brindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satchavachai Namo Namaha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. You did that already?
No, we've done that already.
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll sing Sri Gurvashtakam, 8 prayers to the spiritual master. Samsara Davana Lalita. No, not all together. Responsively. Samsara Davana Lalita Loka Tranaya Karuna Gana Ganatvam. Samsara Davana Lalita Loka Tranaya Karuna Gana Ganatvam. Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditram Madhyan Manasora Sena. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditram Madhyan Manasora Sena. Romanshakam Pashrutaranga Pajo Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Romanshakam Pashrutaranga Pajo Bande Guru Sri Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Bande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Shri Vigrahara Dhana Nityamana Shringara Dhana Mandirama Janado. Yuktasya bhaktam staniyunjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Yuktasya bhaktam staniyunjatopi Vande Guru Sri Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Chaturvida Sri Bhagavat Prasado Sadanna Triptam Haribhakta Sangha Kritraiva Triptim Bhajadasa Daiva Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namna Shri Radhika Madhavayorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namna Pratikshana Swadanalolupasya Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Nikunjayuno Ratikelisidhyai Yayali Bijuktira Pekshaniya Nikunjayuno Ratikelisidhyai Yayali Bijuktira Pekshaniya Tatra Didaksha Dati Ballabhasya Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Sakshat Hari Tvena Samasya Shastrai Rukhastatha Bhav Yata Eva Sadhavi Kintu Prapurya Priya Eva Tasya Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Gutopi Yasya Prasada Yasya Prasada Nagati Gutopi Jayam Stuvam Stasya Yashastri Sanyam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Jayam Stuvam Stasya Yashasti Sandhyam Bande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Oh Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Parampara, Guru Parampara. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri. Come closer. Shri. No, he's sitting in the chair. He's got a chair. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Bolo! Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, Nitai, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, Nitai, Nitai Gauranga. Nityananda Ram Jaya, Nityananda Ram. Nityananda Ram Jaya, Nityananda Ram. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Ram. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda Ram. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we're going to sing Srila Prabhupada Pranami, what is it?
Sujanara
Radhika Pada Yugam. Okay, Sujanarbuddha Radhita Pada Yugam. Yugadharma Durandara Patravaram Varadabhayadaya Kapujya Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam. Maharaj, Mahavir, you want to play Mridanga? Because you're a better Mridanga. Your experience. I don't know. I haven't heard. I only heard the boy.
No, I don't play that good. No, really.
Okay, then I'll play. The
rest for the boy or?
No.
Achuro?
So, Maharaj, you can lead it, okay?
Okay.
Sujanarbuddha, you have it?
I know better.
You know.
Okay. That's even better. Can you give the mic to Maharaj? Do you want to go?
We're gonna sing all together and or repeating, okay. Sujanarbudharadhitapadayugam Jugadharmadurandharapatravaram Sujanarbudharadhitapadayugam Jugadharmadurandharapatravaram Varadabhayadaya Kapuja Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Bhajanorjita Sajana Sangapatim Patitadika Karunikaika Gatim Gativam Chitavam Chakachincha Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Atiko Malakanchana Dirgatanam Tarurindrita Hemamrinala Madam Malakanchana Dirgatanam Tarurindrita Hemamrinala Madam Madanadbuddha Vandita Chandra Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Nija Sevaka Karanjividum Vidutahitahum Krita Simhavaram Krita Simhavaram Varnagata Valisha Chandapadam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Avipuli-krita vaibhava Gaurabhuvam Bhuvaneshu vikirchita Gauradaya Puli-krita vaibhava Bhuvaneshu vikirchita Gauradayam Dayaniya ganarpita Gaurapadam Pranamami sada Prabhupada padam Chiragaura Janashraya Vishwagurum Guru Gaura Kishora Kadasya Param Janashraya Vishwagurum Guru Gaura Kishora Kadasya Param Narmadrita Bhakti Vinoda Padam Pranamami sada Prabhupada padam Guru Rupa Sanatana Kirtidharam Dharani Tala Kirchita Jiva Kavim Kaviraj Narotama Sakya Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Kaviraj Narotama Sakya Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Kripaya Hari Kirtana Murti Dharam Dharani Baraharaka Gaura Jana Hari Kirtana Murti Dharam Dharani Baraharaka Gaura Jana Janakadika Vatsalya Snigdha Padam Pranamami sada Prabhupada padam Janakadika Vatsalya Snigdha Padam Pranamami sada Prabhupada Sharanagata Kinkara Kalpataru Taruri Krita Dhira Vadanya Vara Varadendra Ganarchita Divya Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Parahamsa Varam Paramartha Patim Patito Dharane Krita Veshayatim Patim Patito Dharane Krita Veshayatim Yatirajagane Parisevya Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Vrishabhanusutadaitanucharam Charanazritarenu darastamam Mahadadbhuta Pavana Shakti Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam O Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Padam Jaya Prabhupada Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Tai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Yeah, read it, Maharaj.
Can
You have the
Doris
right
take
right
turns
there.
reading translation? You've got it right in front of
You
you.
got it right there. No, you
I
read
don't
it.
have it.
We'll give it to you.
I don't
That
have my
is required.
glasses. I don't
I'll
have my
come-
glasses.
I have the big one here.
Yeah?
I have the big one. Let me take this here.
Jai Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur
Jai.
Prabhupada.
He does.
His 2 lotus feet are worshipped by an unlimited number of saintly persons, and he is the most competent personality to lead the process of realization for this age. Nam Sankirtan. His adorable lotus feet grant all kinds of benedictions and fearlessness. I forever offer pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He is the leader of the assembly of saints who are powerful in bhajan. He is the most compassionate to the fallen as he is their sole refuge. His inconceivable feet deceive the cheaters. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. His tall golden figure, which is very soft, mocks the pride of a golden lotus. His moon-like feet are worshipped by countless cupids. I forever offer pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He is the pleasing moon for his servitor stars, and with the excellence of a roaring lion, he removes inimical persons, causing them to flee in fear. Choosing the shelter of his feet, the innocent attain auspiciousness. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He has widely spread the splendor of Sri Gauranga's holy abode, Sri Navadvitam. He has specifically glorified Sri Gauranga's mercy throughout the whole world, and he has bestowed Gauranga's holy feet upon those who are most desperate for mercy. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He is the eternal refuge and universal guru for the devotees of Sri Gauranga. He is always dedicated to the services of his holy master Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and he is the abode of the utmost honor for the feet of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He shares renown with Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswamis, and is glorified the world over for emulating the philosophical genius of Srila Jiva Goswami. He shares friendship with Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and Sri Narottam Das Thakur. I forever offer my pranam to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. Out of mercy, he reveals himself as the embodiment of Hari Kirtan. He's the eternal associate of Lord Gauranga, born to remove the greatest burden of the earth. His nature is even more loving and affectionate than that of a father. I offer pranam on the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. He is a desire tree of benedictions for his surrendered servants. His patience and benevolence put a tree to shame. His divine feet are worshipped by the best of those who offer benedictions. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He is the best amongst Paramahamsas. He holds the treasure of the ultimate objective of life, Krishna Prem. He accepts the dress of a sannyasi to uplift the fallen souls. His lotus feet are carefully served by the best amongst sannyasis. I forever offer my pranam on the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He is most beloved attendant of the daughter of Sri Vrishabhanu. I have taken shelter of his feet by keeping their dust on my head. Those feet possess immense and astonishing power to purify. I forever offer my pranam unto the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jayo. It's like we were discussing last time that in relationship to Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, that our father is very affectionate, but the grandfather is even more affectionate. So for some of us, he's our great-grandfather. So it's very, very wonderful. We're here celebrating the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Jai.
No, you speak first. Maybe you could also give a little bit of illumination on any one of the shlokas that you just read about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati.
I'd rather say some other things.
Okay.
But you can do that because you're ready.
Okay.
Angyanachamrandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshumalitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gare Namah Gurve Guru Chandrai Radhikaya Tadalai Krishnai Krishna Bhaktai Tad Bhaktai Namo Namah Nama Shrestha Manumapi Sachi Putra Matra Shrupam Rupam Tashagajam Uruparam Matkuram Kostavatam Radhakundam Girivaraho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasha Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tamnano Natosmi Panchakalpatrubhischa Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patita Nam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Shri Rupa Shri Sanatan Bhadragana Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasragana Sakosami Prabhu Ki Jai Namo Mahavaranaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaur Tushe Namah Nityananda Namastubhyam Premananda Pralayale Klo Kamshanashai Janavapate Namah Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Offering my Dandavat Sastan Barnams unlimited times lotus seed of my Harinam Diksha Guru Maharaj Nitya Leela Pravishtamasru Tara Shish Manshla Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Arshila Prabhupada and Nitya Leela Pravishtamasru Tara Shish Manshla Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, my sannyasin Shiksha Gurudev and Nitya Leela Pravishtamasru Tara Shish Manshla Bhakti Vedanta Shilavama Goswami Maharaj and all the Acharyas, Alanga Shri Chaitanya Prabhu, and especially the lotus feet of Paramaraja Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada on his glorious Avirbhav Mahotsava today, and also on the limited obeisances, the lotus feet of my beloved Guru Bhai Shri Bhakti Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj, whose disappearance is on this holy day. So actually the appearance and disappearance for Vaishnavas are equally auspicious and very transcendental. And it's the perfection of the ears is to hear the glorifications of such Vaishnavas on these appearance and disappearance days, and to contemplate their moods, their qualities, their achievements, on this auspicious occasion. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he, we know about his illustrious birth in Jagannath Puri Dham, Purushotra, Kshetra Jagannath Puri, on the very road that the Rath Yatra cart goes, Grand Road. And in fact, on the when he was very, very young, I think he was close to 6 months years old, the Rath Yatra cart, because Lord Jagannath Dev has a pastime where the cart stops and no one can move it. Sometimes they even bring elephants and hundreds of men, but they can't get it to move because it's not Lord Jagannath's desire to move. So he stopped there, and taking this auspicious opportunity, Bhagavati, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's illustrious wife and mother of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, who was named Bimala Prasad, took the baby Bimala Prasad in her arms to the Rath Yatra cart. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was the magistrate of Puri. He was in charge of the Jagannath Sri Mandir. So they gave her a very special preference, and she took the baby right up and placed him at the feet of Lord Jagannath. And miraculously, a garland from Lord Jagannath fell around his neck. It was given to him. Very auspicious. And then she took that opportunity, her Annaprasana, Bimala Prasad's Annaprasana, first grains were given on that occasion directly from the Mahaprasad of Sri Jagannath Dev. So, Bimala Prasad was an extraordinary personality from his very birth. He had all the auspicious signs of a Mahapurush decorating his body, and the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck like the Upanaya, the Brahminical thread. He excelled very, very rapidly in his education. So much, I think he was 7 years old when he memorized Sri Bhagavad Gita, all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita by memory. So, such wonderful achievements. And he always would carry the books of his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to the different programs and would listen very attentively. He was marked by many for his listening that he would exhibit during these sessions of wonderful Harikatha by his father and other exalted Vaishnavas. And he was marked for this. And I forget if it was spoken about in another discourse we had, that it's very important that the words that we're hearing during Harikatha and these transcendental attributes of these Vaishnavas don't just go in one ear and out the other, but we take them in our heart and try to digest them in our heart very, very deeply, so that and pray to their lotus feet, as in this song, Pranamami Sada Prabhupada Param. Pray to those lotus feet, such a great personality, to somehow or other awaken in us. See his Sri Varshavanavi Devi Daita, a very close associate and maidservant of Srimati Radhika, and he revealed his Manjari name as Nayanamani Manjari, and it was such a powerful speaker. We know Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, he defeated so many different Apasiddhantas prevalent in that age. I think 13 different types of Apasiddhantas, and especially Mayavadism. So, following his wake, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhagavati, they prayed that he was the fourth of their sons, and they prayed that specifically this issue should be a ray of Vishnu. So there's a very nice, wonderful book called The Ray of Vishnu I've been reading today about the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. And as such a powerful preacher, he was, and he defeated, his intelligence was so amazing, in a very young age, I think 12 or 13, anyway, he got the title of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati from a very prominent and powerful Jyotish scholar at that time. And he excelled not only in his in those subjects of Jyotish and other different aspects, but he studied diligently all the Vedic teachings and could elucidate and expound wonderful teachings, citing all the different shlokas in the Vedic literatures that he and it was a very wonderful teacher. And as in the song it says that he established the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in so many different places. There's many different places in India where he would take the padukas of Mahaprabhu and establish them in different places, and there would be a temple erected there in Gaudiya Math of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta all over different parts of India. And then in 1922, his first meeting with my Gurudev Abhay Charna Vinda Prabhu, or Abhay Charna Day, he inspired him. He said, "You are a erudite scholar, and although Abhay Charna, he was at that time caught up in the movement of Gandhi for independence of India, and when he was instructed by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta that he should preach in English language this powerful teachings of Chaitanya Charitamrita to all the different personalities that understand this English language, and he took that deep in his heart. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta defeated him, and he said, "No, we can't wait for the independence of India. This has to be done immediately." So it took him some time, but he always kept that order deeply in his heart. And then, as we know, finally in 1965, he delivered to the shores of the Western world the profound teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and established very prominently in the hearts of so many different followers the chanting process and taking up the process of sadhana bhakti very seriously in his life, in their lives. And he gave a very wonderful, the things they introduced are very high. In some Gaudiya Mats, they don't sing the prayers that we sing in ISKCON at time of Tulsi Puja because it's very high. But he gave that very powerful kirtan to enter the hearts of his followers, and he established so many different temples throughout the world, and very wonderfully converted many people. Also, he Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavad. He also defeated this Mayavadism that was very prevalent, and gave the teachings of his father Bhakti Vinod Thakur in a very simple and concise way. He was like a lion, but at the same time he was soft in his heart and so compassionate to so many different personalities. So on this day we're praying to his lotus feet to please be kind on us and to illuminate us with the power of your bhakti that you so preeminently exhibited in your illustrious lifetime. Also, it's the Transcendental Disappearance Day. My dear godbrother, Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj, and his glories are also so vast and amazing. The different times I had his association, listen to his Harikatha, he was like a lion, and he would erupt and during the classes and speak. Very powerful Harikatha, very powerful Harikatha. So he once told a pastime of Radha and Krishna of their Vipralamba Bhav, and although Shakti Matur obeyed. They're not different, but they're exhibiting different pastimes of difference, and so many leelas of separation. They have union, but then so much vipralamba is there. So in one occasion there was so many different obstacles to their meeting, social and familiar, etc. So they were dying separation from each other, and so at one time Krishna, he understood Radharani's separation also, and her Sakis told Krishna, we think that she's gonna leave this world. She's so deeply immersed in separation from you. So somehow or other, Krishna was brought, and he was praying and praying and praying, and he was brought, Purnamasi came to him and said, you are doing so many austerities and crying out, what benediction are you aspiring for? He said, I just want to have the association of my dearly beloved Radhika. So she said, oh, for this blessing, we need to approach Vrindadevi, because Purnamasi Yogamaya, there's two forms actually. There's Vrindadevi and Purnamasi. So the very intimate pastimes and associates are conducted by Shri Vrindadevi. So they went to Vrindadevi's kunj, and Krishna was crying out to her, please, Purnamasi has told me that you can help me arrange a meeting with my dearly beloved Radhika. So she said, oh, okay, I will help you, but you have to follow all my instructions. He said, whatever you say. And she said, okay, first thing, you have to give up this yellow pitambar, and also your flute and your peacock feather. They have to. And Krishna he's very attached to his Vamsi, but he did whatever Vrindadevi was instructing him. So and then she said, okay, now your hair has to go. She gave him cloth the color of saffron. His hair was cut. So and that name for Krishna was Sannyasi Thakur. Then she brought him before Srimati Radhika, but Radhika was in a kunj behind her Sakis. Vrindadevi also instructed Krishna on a very wonderful song, and Gaur Govinda Maharaj sings it very beautifully. The beggar of Prem. So he begins to sing this song, and he says, I want to see your Swamini, please. Actually they were suggesting that he see her and give her astrological calculation when she would meet her beloved Krishna. So he said, no, I can't look at a woman. I'm a sannyasi. I'm renounced. So finally, he relented and said, if I just look at the lines of her forehead, I can tell all of her future. We know the Mahapurushas. Srila Gurudev said this many times about Siddha Purush, Bhagavat. When they look at a person and their forehead, they can see 10,000 lifetimes in the future. And they can see their eternal swarup, and they will guide that follower, the sincere disciple, to realize that position and seva. So they brought Srimati Radharani in to the kunj where Sannyasi Thakur was, and they had her head covered with a sari, or with her anchal. So seeing the form of Radharani, Sannyasi Thakur began trembling, and then they slowly removed the veil from her face. And later with another pastime, probably eye-to-eye union, when the Radhakripa Takshastava, when the glands of Srimati Radharani and Sannyasi Thakur met, it illuminated them so much that Krishna, he lost immediately that sannyasi dress, and immediately his yellow pitambar and yellow dress came, his peacock feather and his vamsi came, and they had a wonderful union.
What about his hair?
Yeah. Everything. And then they had a wonderful meeting. So,
Govinda Maharaj told that.
yes. So there's so much.
And Vaijanti Mala Didi heard that from, is it that? They heard from Srila Govinda Maharaj
Okay.
before
I heard him say that in a lecture, but it was a recorded lecture. So he gave so many other different things to it. So there's many speakers. What a wonderful occasion. We have 3 sannyasis here and a aspiring sannyasi. So thank you for so much. Vanchakapadurvishya kripa sindhu Vaishnava. Srila Govinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada ki jai.
अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शारण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुविष्टं पूर्णां राधादास्यं प्रदायकम् रूपानुगाचार्यवर्यं रूपमञ्जरिपृष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुण्यं योगाचार्य नारायणं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती गोस्वामीति नामिने। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhyatama Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Paribrajacharya Shtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudeva, and to my most worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Shtotara Sat Srimad Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Sri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, to all the Dandi Sannyasis, Pujapad Padmanabh Maharaj, Pad Sajjan Maharaj, Vedashanta Maharaj, and all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So just to be brief and objective, there are many wonderful speakers here today. I don't want to take their time. I have come to hear also, especially Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He has manifested this Gauriya Math with one purpose, that is a training center to become a maid servant of Srimati Radhika. But how that comes into place, he says this Gauriya Math is the descending place of Vidvadhrudi. Vidvadhrudi, it is the state of self-realization from the point of view that you can watch the absolute truth without any type of obstruction and with realization. There are 3 types of ruddhis. Rudis means different way to interpret any object, any concept, any term. Agyarudi means the ignorant way of understanding things. Sadharan Rudi, the etymological way of understanding any word, any concept. But then we have Vidvadhrudi, which is the state of self-realization. So, in this way, Srila Prabhupada, he is explaining what this Gauriya Darshan means. So first of all, we have two words here, Gauriya and Darshan. Darshan means philosophy, as well as perspective, as well as vision itself, sight. So what is that perspective, what is that philosophy, and what is that point of view of the Gauriyas that he is bringing to this world? So now we have to understand what is Gauriya. In general way, Gauriya means those who are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Gaura Desh, and also the followers of Srimati Radhika Gauri. But Srila Prabhupada explains that there is the Agauriyas. Agauriya means the non-Gauriyas, those who are not related at all to Gauriyas. Then there is Bhruva Gauriya. Bhruva Gauriya means those who, in name of Gauriya, they practice many type of misbehavior, apasidantas, and many things like that. The so-called Gauriyas. Then we have Vidya Gauriya. Vidya Gauriyas are those who are doing nice sadhana. They are in the line of Gauriya properly, but they have not yet realization of this Gauriya Darshan. And then you have the Gauriyas, means the pure Gauriyas, means those who have Vidvadrudi, those who have the realization of what is that Gauriya Darshan. So then Srila Prabhupada, once he was explaining what is this perspective. In fact, this is the perspective of the Manjaris. So how the Manjaris, they see the world, how the Manjaris, especially Radharani is of course the Palyadasis of Srimati Radhika, not any Manjaris, how they see the world. This is the Gauriya Darshan. How they relate to the divine couple. So once when Srila Prabhupada, he was about to, prior to entering Samadhi, maybe a couple of months before entering Samadhi, he was in Puri, and he decided to go to Alarnath. But it was very hot there. And devotees told to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, that is too hot, don't go. And what was his answer? He said, I will fan. Ami pankha debo. In Bengali language, Ami pankha debo means I will fan. I will fan someone. And they ask, but who are you going to fan? And then he quotes this verse from Sankalpa Kalpadhruma, in which is describing that when the divine couple, they will be in their bed of love, and they will be so much fun, laughter, and so much perspiration will come from their bodies, from this heat of love. At that time, I will attach a rope in the fan, and from outside of the kunja, I will be fanning them and just listening from outside their laughter. So this is the perspective. How Srila Prabhupada gave such answer. This is revealing what is in his heart. He said, doesn't matter if he's hot. He's not thinking about himself. No matter how much hot it is, I will fan them. Understand? So I hope everyone is following what I want to say. It's something very subtle in this sense. Okay, thank you, Maharaj. English is not my first language, I'm sorry. Then again he gives another example. And then he quotes from Radharasa Sudhanidhi. You can maybe help me with this look. Jasya kadapi vasanam chalakela notha dhanyati dhanya pavanena kritartamani yogindra durgama gatir madhusudanopi tasya namostu vrishabhanu bhuvo dishepi. This verse is describing how Krishna is sitting on the bank of Radha Kund. And he's unable to see Srimati Radhika because she's in Man, so she's hiding somewhere in Kunja. She doesn't want to see him, and he's sitting, he's feeling separation. And then suddenly a very gentle breeze comes from that Kunja, bringing the scent, the fragrance of Radharani's body. And due to that, the breeze itself becomes intoxicated by that prema. And then it moves very slow until it comes and touches Krishna. So, when Krishna feels that breeze carrying the aroma of Srimati Radhika's transcendental body, then automatically he is feeling, some type of relief. So Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Pad, he's paying his obeisances to the very direction from where that breeze is coming, because Radharani is there. So Srila Prabhupada, he gives this other example. This is Gauriya Darshan. This is what the Manjaris are watching. They are watching Krishna suffering for Srimati Radhika. They are watching Krishna feeling separation for Srimati Radhika. And even, begging just to smell the fragrance of her transcendental body. So this is what Srila Prabhupada has come to establish in this world, in this very Gauriya Mat. So this is a transcendental aspect of Gauriya Mat. Of course, there is the, very practical aspect, and he used to address as Gauriya Mat like a hospital, where devotees are performing their sadhana all together. He gives the example of if you put so many rocks inside of a bag and you shake it, eventually all the rocks, they will get polished. So by living together in the Gauriya ashram, you have the opportunity to experience this collective life. And by that interaction, by that friction of the relationships, eventually you get purified from all your anarthas. So that is the advantage of living in an ashram. That is how you can speed up the process of purification.
Our rough edges will be smooth.
Huh?
Our rough edges will be
Yes, yes. So in this way, he opened this Gauriya Mat, against Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's actually vision of only doing Namahata programs. But Srila Prabhupada said, no, we have to open this center where we will establish the proper conduct and the proper way of doing sadhana. And devotees, they can come and they can renounce and they can live there and they can serve the mission full time. One more thing just to conclude, that Srila Prabhupada, he also contradicted, not really, but the order of his Gurudev, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, not to open a temple in Calcutta, right? And what was the first thing he did after opening Chaitanya Mat? Was to open Bhag Bazar Gauriya Mat in? No, that is not Calcutta. Yes, that is the point here. Why he would contradict his Gurudev? Why he would commit a Guravagya, means disobeying his Guru? Then Srila Prabhupada explains that very place where Bhag Bazar Gauriya Mat is situated, this is actually a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has gone. And he placed his lotus feet over there. And that became also the bhajan kutir of one of Mahaprabhu's associates. I think his name is Bhagavatacharya. And he is Sweta Manjari. So actually that very place of Bhag Bazar Gauriya Mat, this is not Kolkata. This is Gaura Mandal. So Srila Prabhupada, he was not preaching in Calcutta, he was preaching in Gaura Mandal. Means established his mat in Gaura Mandal. So in this way, from so many angles, there are unlimited glories of Srila Prabhupada. I could, spend the night sharing many things, but I think for now this is okay. And Maharaj. Huh?
Tell one more. One more glory.
Srila Prabhupada, he said about himself something very remarkable. He said, I have many faults, but my worst fault is that I'm always looking for everyone else's fault. I'm always trying to find fault in everyone. And he said, this is not good, because Vaishnavism means not to become like a, fault finder. We should not look each and everyone's fault, and only look their virtues, their qualities, their Vaishnava qualities. But Srila Prabhupada said there is a but. And what is that? The thing is, when you are going to find your guru, there is a necessity to try to find faults in that candidate. Because guru should be someone who is faultless. So in the course of trying to find your guru, if you select a candidate, you must scrutinize him from top to bottom. And if you find a fault, the smallest one, you should reject that guru. That guru cannot be your guru. And he gave the example that if that person is 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds engaged in bhajan, but for 1 second he's deviating his attention, he's not fit to be my guru.
Said by Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta.
Yeah, so Bhaktisiddhanta, he said that. So then that is the very, very important teaching. If you want to find the bona fide guru, a Sadguru, then you must look for his faults. And Srila Gurudev and Jiva Goswami Pad also, they explain from this verse of Bhagavad Gita, for example, Apiche Sudarachara. In this verse, it is saying that, okay, he is Bhajate Mama Nanya Bhag, he is one pointed to me, so therefore he should always be considered to be a sadhu. Although he might be having so many bad behavior, but he should be seen as a sadhu. But Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, they explain, actually, this shloka does not apply to Guru. This shloka applies to any Vaishnava, but not to Guru. Because Guru cannot be that personality who is committing so many types of misbehaviors. So Guru has to be perfect, pure. So this is how Srila Prabhupada boldly established this in this world, and by that so many things happen. Even the preaching of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself was many times compromised, because Srila Prabhupada, he never stopped himself from speaking the truth. We know that past time when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was giving so much nice katha in Puri, attracting so many people. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his strategy was that he would call each and every one. Even from Mayavadis, Marta Brahmanas, he would call each and every one. And then he would try to, in a very, like polite way, very diplomatic way, try to, start slowly change their understanding. So once he was absent and he requested Srila Prabhupada to give classes on his behalf. And when he returned after some days, there was hardly anyone coming to attend classes. Because Srila Prabhupada was so heavy. He was saying, chastising them by saying that you cannot be Vaishnava if you are smoking, if you are drinking, if you are chewing pan masala, if you are misbehaving like this, like that, if your philosophy is such and such and such, you cannot be a Sadguru, you cannot be called Vaishnava.
How old was he when he was saying this?
Maybe 10 or 11, so like that, no? Yes. Yes. And I just want to also add one more thing regarding his title, Maharaj. Briefly he told, so I think it's worthy of, deep in that. Actually, then I will finish, okay, Maharaj? Then I will conclude my... There was a problem in the Vedic astrology. There was a problem. Because the calculations were not getting accurate. So then, a very famous astrologer called Bapudev Shastri, he wrote one article saying that now Vedic astrology is not working anymore, and we have to take shelter of the Western astrology. So when Srila Prabhupada, he read that, he was very upset. And he said there is no point that Vedic astrology is wrong at any circumstance. But what he did, he investigated. And after investigating, he found out that actually there was a necessity for some adjustment in the calculation that wasn't done for since the like 800 years, from the past 800 years. So he found out that equation, how to fix that problem. And then afterwards he translated and commented the Surya Siddhanta, which is the one of the most important books of astronomy and astrology as well, written by Mayadanava. And then after solving this great problem of the Vedic astrology, then he was offered by the scholars of the Kolkata University the title Siddhanta Saraswati because of the book Surya Siddhanta. That's how this title comes from where this is coming. And then he was offered the chair of the Department of Astrology in Calcutta University. But he denied, and he was only 15 at that time. He denied, he said, I haven't come to this world to count stars. I have come to give something much deeper, much bigger and relevant for humanity. So in this way, he was actually the Shuddha Saraswati. He was the manifestation of Shuddha Saraswati. There are two types of Saraswati, Vidya Saraswati and Shuddha Saraswati. Vidya Saraswati means the mundane knowledge. And Shuddha Saraswati, she's an expansion of Radharani. She's Radharani herself, which is revealing what? Vidvadrudi. So that is why his title is fitting himself very, very well. And how he has enlightened this whole world. After his appearance, the world has got life and light. And if it was not for him, we would not be here today. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Om Agyanam Timirindasya Gyananjaya Salakaya Shakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Prayatmane Shri Sriman Bhaktivedanta Narayanitinamne Shri Krishna Lila Kantani Sudarasham Adreya Gunescha Yotam Varam Varyam Purusho Mahatam Narayanam Tvam Salasya Namami. I first of all offer my, before that, I want us to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, today is a very auspicious day. And to quote one of my lecturers, and he said, an auspicious day is today. That's why he said, we are actually witnessing, and we are still in that divine current of Mahaprabhu, who manifested only a little over 500 years ago. That current of Mahaprabhu is what? When he came, he had his own internal wishes. And one of the external wishes is to what? Induct jivas into the association of Radharani's service. And so he had with him the Priyanamasakas, Lalita Vishaka, who were Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodara and so forth, but he didn't give them that job to actually preach. He gave it to the Manjaris headed by Rupa Goswami. So all the preaching were done by Rupa Goswami and all the followers, the 6 Goswamis, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj, later on, Narottam, Srinivas, and Shamananda, all of them were actually Manjaris. But as is the case with human nature, after some time, that knowledge is usually corrupted. So by the time when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had appeared, this knowledge has been corrupted so badly that Bhaktivinoda Thakur had to do what? Become so strong and start preaching against these Sahajias. They are Gaudias. He was preaching against them so much. And in his heart, he was praying, I want somebody to come and help me to re-establish the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Prabhu Maharaj has explained what the Gaudiya is, so I'm not going to explain it. Already we know the real Gaudiya, the people who are followers of the Gaudiya, Mahaprabhu and Shrimati Radharani. And in this case, as he prayed to Lord Jagannath, he was praying to what? Bimala, the consort of Lord Jagannath. So when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati appeared, the name that was given to him was what? Bimala Prasad. The Prasad of Bimala. And when he was born, what happened? The signs of a Mahabhagavat, a Purush avatar, actually was shown with the umbilical cord that was around his neck. So everybody knew. And from what Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj said, he was so, much known. Why? Because from youth, the Jagannath cat stopped in front of their house. Those of you who have gone to Jagannath Puri, you know where it stopped. At that time, it was a broad road. Now it's broader, but they said there was a river actually in between, around that place. And when the cat comes there, it stops. And for 3 days, the cat wouldn't move. Maharaj has told this story. I wouldn't expatiate on it. But what I want to say is that from his youth, he was so intelligent. He was like having photographic memory. He was able to, learn most of the verses in the Vedas. And not only that, he learned astrology, mathematics, astronomy, and most of the Vedic, conclusions. And as Maharaj was saying, at the tender age of about 10, when his father told him to preach or to represent him, he was already, bringing out his preaching mood of a lion-like personality. This personality, he was so great that he would not, compromise on anything, even from the tender age, to the extent that at a certain stage in his life, he advocated that he was going to chant about 1 million Harinam, 1 million times of Harinam. So if you have to chant 300,000 Harinams every day, how many years will it take you to chant a billion? Almost 10 years, 9.5 years. Yes. He used 9.5 years, average 10 years, to chant a billion Harinam. To the extent that his father, he at one point he was not even prepared to open any temple. He was just chanting. But he was doing this so because of his compassion for the jivas. He said, what is it? When the spiritual master, when the pure devotees are eager to give that knowledge, that compassion, they have to perform austerities themselves. Like our Prabhupada in Radha Damodara, what did he do? He was performing so much austerity, praying. In fact, there was a case that Prabhupada was praying so much, calling on Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, that one of the people who was staying in the Rupa, those of you who know the old Radha Damodara temple, it was just the, how do you call it, the kutia, not the, is it Bhajan kutia? Of Srila Rupa Goswami, that was there, with a tree, a neem tree, and those of you who are old, the neem tree and so forth. And he would go and pray there. And he would be crying. And this, he was empowered to come to the West. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, he was so powerful that he was preaching, even trying to, eliminate the mood of all the upper Siddhantas, who are like, what we call them? What are some of their names?
What?
The yes, those Goranga Nagri, there were about 10 groups of them. 13. And he was able to actually eliminate most of them and to establish this pure Gaudiya philosophy. He had to do that. But when he came to preach the Gaudiya philosophy and establish the Gaudiya Math, he could not actually preach the essence of what he wanted to preach. Just like our Prabhupada, when he came, he started cutting the jungle. He was cutting the jungle. So many of them who wanted to learn the higher philosophy, he could not give them. He says, no, you learn this first. So if you go to the other Gaudiya Math, except for what our Guru Maharaj came to teach, they are very, very, hesitant to teach these higher philosophies. Even our Prabhupada will say, one should first be pure, come to a pure stage. But fortunately for us, our Guru Maharaj is saying, if this knowledge is not taught, if this knowledge is not disseminated to the people who have the ability to know it, then it will be lost. And how will it be lost? Just like in the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all these Sahajiyas claim this knowledge to be their own and misusing it. Why? Because they do not understand it. So our Guru Dev, Srila Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, has given this knowledge to us. This knowledge, pure knowledge that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami is trying to give to us. That please, you take it. So you can see Prabhu is trying to disseminate, the sannyasis here, they were trying to disseminate this information to us. It is real. So those of you who are here and listening to what our Guru Maharaj has given in the form of the Radha Dashyam, in the form of knowledge on Rupanuga, we should take it seriously. Why? Because this is the real information that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami wanted to give to us. But he couldn't finish it. But his followers, you should understand. Many of us would think that, when he left, the whole Gaudiya Math became separated. No, this is Krishna's own doing. That different levels of his disciples who were very powerful by themselves have to go their different ways so that they can help spread this knowledge. Had it not been for that, our Prabhupada couldn't have come to the West because he would have been considered to be a younger devotee. Somebody else would have been sent to the West. But because all these personalities who have come in our line are all in the mood of manjaris, so they are helping to bring us, jivas, into the fold of the performance, into the fold of service of Srimati Radharani. So today, we are very grateful that such a great personality had appeared among us to give us this. Though he appeared how many years ago? 130. But if 52 years ago, he was actually born in 1874. That's it. He was born on the 6th of what? February, 6th of February, 1874. So we should understand that this personality is not just a common personality. He is still with us here. Just as I said from the beginning of my lecture that the current of Mahaprabhu is still flowing. 500 years is just a very tiny time limit. So we are still within the current of Mahaprabhu's knowledge or bhav. In the same way, our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, our Guru Maharaj, it is like from yesterday they have left us. So they are still with us. So we should follow them and appreciate what they have come to give us. And if we do that, we can easily also follow what Mahaprabhu is trying to give us to become Dasyas of Srimati Radharani, following in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, and all the Goswamis in our line. Vanchakapa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha.
Can you give me the gong? The gong. To refresh our attention, we will sing for five minutes or so. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Govinda Jai Jai. Gopala Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopala Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Oh Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Oh Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Oh Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna. Jaya Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Jai Ashtashaki Shiromani Radhe Radhe. Ashtashaki Shiromani Radhe Radhe. Jaya Kanu Manamohini Radhe Radhe Kanu Manamohini Radhe Radhe Jaya Govinda Mohini Radhe Radhe Govinda Mohini Radhe Radhe. Everyone chant. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Louder. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namani Shri Varsavana V Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhakti Da Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. Namaste Gauravani Shrimurtai Dinatarani Rupanuga Virudhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harani Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Itadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare. So on this most blessed transcendental appearance day of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, I am first of all offering my unlimited obeisances at the lotus feet of His most beloved servant, His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, my Srila Prabhupada. And then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipful Siksha Guru Devs Nityalila Pravishtom Vishnupad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Ashtotara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. I offer my Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of all of my Sri Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, and I offer my Dandavat pranams to all the Vaishnavas and to all the Vaishnavis, headed by Tridandi Sannyasi Kanna. So we've heard now many very wonderful glories of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And there's different angles to approach his glories. Because from one side, he also had to clear jungles. You know, clearing jungles? Just like we've heard, there were so many apasampradayas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur pointed this out. This is after Mahaprabhu has ended his pastimes, like 350 years later. And there were so many bogus sampradayas who were claiming to be followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even nowadays, there are so many. And they increase all the time. Because these are the misconceptions of the Maya Shakti potency. So, at that time, unfortunately, we have heard this many times before, that at that time period, the Gaudiya Vaishnava reputation in the eyes and minds of the mass of people had become very low because of these misrepresentations of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement in the form of these apasampradayas. Al-Bal, Karta Bhaja, so many. Gauranga-Nagari. They all had one different version, interpretation, complete deviation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So unfortunately, this was the trend at the time. So when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur appeared on this planet, that was his prime objective also, was to give the pure teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the masses of people. To give that. Therefore he wrote so many books. He wrote so many important literatures that are indispensable for anyone who wants to understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what are his teachings, how can I enter into that? So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has descended from the spiritual world. He is not from this world. But when those eternal associates descend into this world, they do that through which potency of Krishna? Is Yogamaya potency, not Mahamaya potency like the conditioned souls. But yet, they are covered to some extent, just like all of the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hundreds and thousands of associates that he had. They're all, in their previous descent into this world, they were associates in Krishna Lila. And in Krishna Lila, they had their identity, they had their spiritual eternal form, they had their activities of service to Krishna in their particular rasa. But in Gaur Lila, even Krishna himself becomes covered by Yogamaya. This should be understood very clearly. Mahamaya and Yogamaya, these are the two potencies of the absolute, supreme, absolute truth, Krishna. And without these two potencies, none of his pastimes can take place. So, from the internal potency, the spiritual potency, the predominating force is called Yogamaya. But in the material world, when the jivas turn away from Krishna and fall into the material world and begin their endless cycle of birth and death, that is called Mahamaya. So, when Krishna descends to this world, he likes to bring his associates with him. Yes? He doesn't come alone. Nowadays we don't have kings, but we have prime ministers and all this. Do we ever see them alone? No. Kings are never alone. They have all of their associates surrounding them. So in the same way, when the Supreme Absolute Truth, Sri Krishna, comes to this world in his Shyamasundar form and performs his Vrindavan Leelas, as he did 5,000 years ago, then his associates from Goloka Vrindavan, they descend with him. And they engage in all the pastimes with Krishna. And in Gaur Leela, when Krishna himself also comes, he's not an incarnation, avatar, expansion, no. He is Krishna himself. The same exact personality who descended as the son of Maharaj Nanda and Mother Yashoda. He is that Krishna. Yashamati Nandan Krishna. So when Krishna himself descends in this Kali Yuga, as he did 500 something years ago, then he takes another type of a form. What does he do? He has a very particular purpose for coming into this world. He has internal reasons, external reasons. I'm not going to go into a whole explanation about that, because many of you are familiar with that. But his chief interest is for himself. Why? Because the absolute truth is by himself and for himself. Who used to say this? Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, who was quoting a German philosopher named Hegel. Yes. The absolute truth is for himself and by himself. So, when he comes to this world, his main purpose is to do what? He wants to taste rasa. Do you know that? Do you know that Krishna likes to taste rasa? Who does not know that Krishna likes to taste rasa? Do we like to taste rasa? Do we? We conditioned souls? We are always looking for happiness, are we not? What is happiness? Happiness is ras. But the perverted ras of this material world is the upside down perverted reflection of the true absolute ras of the spiritual world. Krishna never tastes anything mundane of this world. Never. In any of his avatars, incarnations, ever. Only he has come to taste prem ras. And to taste what? Prem ras niryas. Niryas means the essence of prem ras. Essence he comes to taste. So what is the essence? It can only be that of the highest personality with whom Krishna exchanges rasa. And who is that? Amongst all of his eternal associates, the highest personality who pleases Krishna's senses to the supreme degree is who? Who? Yes. So, anyway, Krishna came into this world 500 years ago for the main purpose of him experiencing Srimati Radharani's speciality, what she tastes and experiences in her love for Krishna. But he cannot do that in his Krishna form, because Krishna is the object. He is the Vishai. He is Vishai Bhagavan. In order to taste Srimati Radhika's prem, he has to become Ashraya. And who is the supreme Ashraya Vigraha? Srimati Radharani. So, to make a long explanation very short, he took the golden color of Srimati Radharani, which is her moods and her bhavs, her golden color. Krishna took that and he became completely covered with a golden form, although he has a blackish form. But now he became covered with golden color. And he took her bhavs, all of her moods. So her bhavs and her kanti he took. And he became completely lost in the nectar of Srimati Radharani's moods and feelings, especially in Jagannath Puri. At the very end of his pastimes, for the last 12 years, he was in the Gambhira, relishing and tasting all those moods. So, when Krishna descends in Gaur Leela, he brings his Vraja associates from Vraja. They descend with him also. But they take on different forms. They take on different names. And they engage according to their relationship with Mahaprabhu. So, the gopis who are exchanging with Radha and Krishna in Krishna Leela, many of them take male forms in Gaur Leela, and they exchange with Mahaprabhu in that way. like all the six Goswamis, like Swarup Damodar Goswami, like all of the different great acharyas in our line. That's already been mentioned. They're all descending from Goloka Vrindavan, but they're specifically descending from where? The Nikunja. Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Siddhyai. That's where they are eternally situated. But when they come into this world, they become covered by Yogamaya. Look, does the Mahavishnu avatar, Sri Advaita Acharya, is he always thinking, actually, I am Mahavishnu? Actually, from me emanates millions and millions of universes. Is he meditating upon that identity? No, not at all. He feels himself to be a human being of this material world. You see. But they have their eternal moods there in the spiritual world. So, in the same way, Krishna becomes covered by Yoga Maya. He's not thinking, I am Krishna. Actually, he doesn't also like to even be reminded of it. In Gaur Leela, right? He doesn't like to be reminded. When persons say, you are Krishna, you are Bhagavan, there's a particular pastime in Antya Leela where all the devotees finally started chanting his name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. You are that same personality. You are the Supreme Lord Krishna. So usually he would close his ears. But in this case, they conquered him. And he was forced to hear their glorification. This is at the end of his manifest pastimes. So, why am I saying this on Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance day? Because we should know this aspect of the moods of Srila Saraswati Thakur. There are many things, like I said, there are many different angles that we can study his life, his boyhood, his youth, all of that. And then his pastimes of chanting 1 billion names right here in Vrajapatan, which was the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya, and he did that for practically 10 years, 1 billion names, before he even started his preaching mission. Right across the field from where you live, directly across. That's where he chanted 1 billion names, like Namacharya Haridas Thakur. So then his preaching mission started. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also gave him his very merciful blessings before he left this world, and he passed on his mission that he had started, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then soon after, he decided to take the renounced order of life. And he became a sannyasi, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. And then his preaching mission was started first of all, they went to Calcutta. We heard already that Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his guru, did not approve that he should go to Calcutta because it is the place of Kali. It is a very contaminated place, but he went there because he knew the inner moods of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And so his Gaudiya Mat mission began. And that went on from around 1916, 17, 18, until he departed from this world at the end of 1936, at the very end. Or was it the very beginning? I forget. But January 1st, 1936, he departed from this world. So his preaching mission lasted for something a little bit more than 20 years in this world. And the amazing revolution that he started, we could go on and on and on about it. And this book here, by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, is one of the greatest classics of all time in glorifying Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It contains many of his articles, many of his Vyas Puja offerings that he wrote over a period of 70, 80 years. And he expresses so beautifully in each article that all of these articles were printed in the magazines, and now they've been compiled together in a book. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it says in his pranam mantra what is it? Shivarsavanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Nama Madhurya Ujjvala Prema Dyashi Rupa Nuga Bhaktida Shri Gauda Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. And the last pranam mantra says Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarane. What does that mean? That means Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye, that you are the embodiment of the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of his Vani, Gauravani. Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye. Dinatarane, you are the savior of all the fallen souls. Rupa Anuga Avirud Apa Siddhanta Dvanta Harane. Anything that is against the conclusions of Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Nuga, the Rupa Nuga line, Rupa Nuga Aviruddha Apasiddhanta. Whenever he would see that, he would fiercely, like a lion, he would fiercely challenge all those persons and completely crush all of their arguments and defeat them. We heard at a certain point that when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would be walking in a particular place, these rascal kind of persons who he would crush, they would run in fear away from him so that they would not be challenged by him. With this kind of a mood, he preached fearlessly and vigorously everywhere, and he re-established Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement in the form of the Gaudiya Mat, the Gaudiya mission. And there are so many incredible pastimes of his preaching leelas, and how he preached also to so many very high dignitaries. Actually, a lot of the persons who were targeted by him. In this book it describes, in another book that I had the other day, it describes how most of the people who he had his personal conversations with and so forth were very highly positioned persons in the government and in the aristocracy, and very intelligent persons. And anyone who would meet him, they would become convinced. Yes, okay, I now understand. I surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his mission, and I surrender at your feet. So one of those persons who came to his lotus feet, there are many, even Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. We know their life histories and their stories and how they came under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. And they tell about their experience of being with this personality. We would not be able to know what this personality was actually like. What were his characteristics, his moods, his preaching style, everything about him, if they did not tell, because we have not personally seen him and met him. So especially Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, in this book, he describes so much extensively about Prabhupada's pastimes, his nature, and so forth. So I want to read a bit from this, and then we will try to summarize. So this is the third article in this book, which is titled My Most Worshipable Srila Prabhupada. So he begins with the quotation, Hyutkale Purushottamat. You ever heard that one? Hyutkale Purushottamat. What is that? That from Purushottam Dham of Jagannath Puri Dham, Utkale, this message will be preached starting in Puri. And did that happen? Exactly. Because we already heard how he took his birth in Jagannath Puri. We already heard how Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed to Lord Chaitanya that he should send one of his own persons from the spiritual world. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took his birth, Bhaktivinoda Thakur understood, yes, he is the one. And then it fulfilled this prophecy, because he was born in Purushottamat, in Purushottam Puri Dham. And the mission for this whole Kali Yuga, Hyutkale, Utkal. Utkal also means in Orissa, Purushottamat. So he says that this prophecy by Vyasadeva, recorded in the Padma Purana, indicates that the eternal divine message was to be broadcast out of the land of Utkal, or Orissa, by which is specifically meant the city of Jagannath Puri. And from there, it would spread throughout the world. To bring this prophecy to fruition, Sri Krishna's eternal associate and his external manifestation, his Prakash Vigraha, my most worshipable spiritual master, Jagat Guru Astotarasata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, they appeared in the midst of an ecstatic kirtan at 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday, February 6th, 1871.
And today is February 6th.
Yes. So his place of birth was Narayan Chatta, the home of Lord Krishna's eternal associate, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, on the Grand Road, not far from the main Jagannath temple. And after a whole life, he's now jumping to the end of his life. After an entire life dedicated to preaching the religion of love, taught and practiced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ended his sojourn in this world on Thursday, January 1st, 1937, at 5:30 in the morning. With his mind fixed on the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Govinda, he entered the daily cycle of their eternal pastimes just as they were awakening in each other's arms. Now, all of the unique features of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes were fully revealed in Puri Dham. This is why the incarnation of Gauranga's mercy, Srila Prabhupada, he decided to begin his worldly pastimes in that holy place. Puri remained very dear to Srila Prabhupada, to his heart, throughout his life. His last visit to Puri took place not long before his disappearance. In fact, he left Sri Purushottam Mat on the ocean beach in Puri on the morning of December 7th, 1936, and just 24 days prior to his disappearance. Now, from Jagannath Puri, Srila Prabhupada, he went to Calcutta, Bagh Bazar Mat. And there, on December 23rd, in front of an audience of devotees, Prabhupada gave some important instructions to his initiated disciples about how to maintain their spiritual lives after his departure. On the very morning that he disappeared from this world, he ordered some of them to sing several bhajans, including Narottam Das's Sri Rupa Manjari Pada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur's translation of the second verse of Sikshastakam, which is called Tuhun Doya Sagara. Tuhun Doya Sagara Tarayite Prani Nam Ancha Tua. Yeah, I can't read very well this. Shikavali Ani. Let me just turn on my light here. Okay. Again, I'm reading that. Tuhun Doya Sagara Tarayite Prani Nam Onek Tua Shikaoli Ani, which means, you are the ocean of mercy, and so you came to reveal your numerous holy names to deliver the living beings. This is from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, Gitavali, songbook, which, by the way, we're going to be getting classes starting around the 16th of this month, 15th, but really the classes begin on the 16th, yes, for 5 days, yes. And also our Madhukarji is going to tell about the beautiful presentation of the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now, on hearing these songs at that moment, at the very end, just before he departed, Srila Prabhupada commented the following. Thakur Narottam brought Rupa and Raghunath's message to Bengal. Who did? Narottam Das Thakur. He brought Rupa and Raghunath's message to Bengal. and it is therefore best for us to follow his teachings. So with these words, he reiterated the instructions he had given to his disciples on December 23rd, underlining their importance. Now, although Srila Prabhupada showed special mercy to certain of his disciples, on that occasion, by mentioning their names, in fact, his blessings extended to every single one of them without exception, wherever they happened to be at that time. He said, "All of you should know that I give you my blessings, whether you are present here today or far away. Just remember that our only religious duty is to preach the message of the Bhagavat and to preach service to the Lord." Now, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is written that the most important instructions are the last ones. Most important are the final, the last instructions. So in keeping with this directive, we should repeatedly examine Srila Prabhupada's final instructions, and we should make them the guiding principles of our lives, for they contain the essence of his teachings. Now he tells those instructions. Everyone listen carefully. He's quoting Srila Prabhupada's direct instructions that he repeated 2 times before he departed, 1 week apart. He repeated them twice. First instruction. All of you, please preach the message of Rupa and Raghunath with great enthusiasm. The ultimate object of our desires, is to become particles of dust at the lotus feet of the followers of Rupa Goswami. Our true being and identity is to be the dust at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Prabhu, life after life. The channel that flows from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what is that called? The Bhaktivinoda what? Dhara. So that channel that flows from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur can never be obstructed. Never. Remember this and vow to double your efforts to fulfill Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's desires. Amongst you, there are many capable and worthy individuals. We seek nothing for ourselves. Our only motto is what? Adadanas trinandantair idam yachi punak punak Srimad Rupa Padamboja Dulisyam Janma Janmani. This is a prayer from Raghunath Das Goswami that Prabhupada is quoting. And he's saying that this is our motto of our life. So listen carefully. What is our motto? He says, taking grass between my teeth, I pray repeatedly that I may become a speck of dust at Sri Rupa Goswami's lotus feet, birth after birth. Janmani, Janmani. I want to become a speck of what? Dust. At whose lotus feet? For how long? Yes, very good. Then he goes on. May the current of ideas propagated by Sri Rupa and his followers be distributed throughout the world. Remain exclusively faithful to the followers of Rupa Goswami and preach Rupa and Raghunath's teachings fearlessly and enthusiastically. All of you remain united in submission to the deity, seeking to satisfy the transcendental senses of the one non-dual supreme consciousness, which is who? Who?
Radha Krishna.
Yes. This is the next instruction. Any arrangements we make in this world, they last for mere moments. Get that through our heads. Any arrangements in this world, they last for mere what? Moments. So seeking the ultimate goal of life is an unavoidable necessity for us all. Work together toward a single purpose and win the eligibility to serve the original reservoir of devotion to Krishna. Make your way through this impermanent, transitory life in whatever way you can. How should you make your way through this impermanent, transitory life? How should you do it? In what way? In any way. Yes. Make your way through this impermanent, transitory life in whatever way you can, keeping the goal of worshiping the Lord foremost in your minds. Don't abandon this goal even in the face of hundreds of dangers, insults, or persecutions. What should we not do? Don't abandon what? This goal. Even in the face of hundreds of what? Dangers, insults, or persecutions. You have very good memories. Don't lose your spirit if you see that the majority of people cannot accept the principle of selfless service to the Supreme Lord. Don't lose your spirit if you see that the majority of people, they cannot accept this principle of selfless service to the Supreme Lord. Never abandon your bhajan, hearing and chanting Krishna Katha, the sum and the substance of your devotional life. Please always chant the name of the Lord, being humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. May we never under any circumstances become indifferent to the seven-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name. If our attraction to it remains ever increasing, we will achieve all perfection. So here he's telling, may we never under any circumstance whatsoever become indifferent to the seven-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name. Why is he saying seven-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name? Who knows? Yeah? Which is what? What are they? What are those 7 items?
Cleanses the heart of all the dust.
No. What are they as a group? As a group of 7, what are they? The first verse is telling the 7 effects to the holy name. The 7 effects that will happen to you if you chant Krishna Nam. Let's say it all together. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadhu jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam puranam ritasvadanam sarvatma snapanam. Then what? Loudly, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Samkirtanam. That first shloka is telling the 7-tongued flame of the holy name, which Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada is calling it the 7-tongued flames of the holy name, which means the 7 effects that are going to happen to you if you chant the holy names. If you strive during your entire life never ever becoming indifferent or abandoning this pathway, then what does he say? Our only obligation is to go beyond duality and to enter into that realm of eternal fulfillment. Wrong. If our attraction to the holy name remains ever increasing, we will achieve all perfection. Our life should constantly be increasing, not decreasing, ever. Our attraction to the holy name should always increase. That is the test. But if there is some decreasing, that means that the anarthas are affecting us too deeply. And therefore, what should we do? Chant more. Chant more purely. Completely avoid all the bad association and so forth. So he's telling us this very important: never under any circumstance become indifferent to the seven-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name. If our attraction to it remains ever increasing, we will achieve all perfection. Do you want to achieve all perfection? Everyone here, I know, they want to achieve all perfection. There is only one perfection, and there is only one way to achieve it. What is that? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, everyone. Hare Nama eva kevalam gatir anyata. Then he goes on, Prabhupada goes on and says, we can only begin to comprehend the exquisite taste of service to Krishna's lotus feet after transcending these worldly attractions and repulsions and being attracted by his divine name. That is the only way to comprehend the exquisite taste of service to Krishna's lotus feet. Our only obligation, we think we have many obligations, but actually our only obligation is to go beyond duality, and to enter that realm of eternal fulfillment. So, this is in short. Actually, in another chapter, Srila Puri Maharaj has even put these instructions by Prabhupada at the end into Bengali verse form. There's a whole chapter where you can actually sing his instructions. So now he goes on and he says that this Sri Purushottam Dham, this is the site where Mahaprabhu relished the ecstasies of separation from Krishna. The mood of separation strengthens the experience of union. And overcome by the mood of Radharani in her separation from Krishna, after he had departed for Mathura, Mahaprabhu saw the blue water of the ocean as that of the Yamuna. And when he saw the sand dunes on the beach, Chatak Parvat, he took them to be Giriraj Govardhan. And while the gardens and the orchards seemed to him to be the forest of Vrindavan, and in this mood of deep separation, the Lord cried out, Kahan mor prananata murali vadan, Kahan karon kahan pan vrajendra nandan, Kahare kohibo keba jane mora duk, vrajendra nandana binu pate mor buk. This is direct quotation from Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is what Mahaprabhu would be calling out. The same words that Srimati Radharani would be calling out in her separation. He says, he's telling, where is the Lord of my life, Krishna, the flute player? What can I do to find him? Where is the son of Maharaj Nanda? To whom can I talk of my distress? Who will understand me? Without the son of Maharaj Nanda, my heart is splitting in two. And as Mahaprabhu spoke these words, his breast became soaked with tears. For the 12 years that he lived in the Gambhira in Puri, the Lord continuously underwent ecstatic transformations due to the intensity of his emotion. He was constantly having visions of the Lord and sometimes would appear confused or speak as though delirious. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami records Mahaprabhu's lamentation in the following words. So now he's quoting from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm trying to summarize this because time has moved on. But I want to, he's telling these moods as expressed by Mahaprabhu in the Ancha-lila. And then he continues describing Srila Prabhupada. He says, whenever our most worshipable Srila Prabhupada discussed these pastimes, whenever he discussed these pastimes, what would happen to him? He would be overcome with emotion, and tears would flow from his eyes and bathe his chest. It was precisely in order to relish these pastimes more deeply that Srila Prabhupada established the Purushottam Mat at Chatak Parvat in Puri. Prior to this, of course, he regularly visited Puri, staying at Satasan Mat at Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Kuti, Nilakuti, and other places. In all these places he set an example of real bhajan. The secret truth of Mahaprabhu's form and his incarnation is found in the divine couple's embrace in the early morning of the daily cycle of their eternal pastimes, Ashtakal Lila. It's found in the early morning cycle. Some advanced and knowledgeable Rasik, Aprakrita, Rasagya devotees, they explain the meaning of Srila Prabhupada's entrance into the eternal pastimes in the early morning as his rejoining the divine couple to serve them while they are locked in such an embrace. We are always aware that Srila Prabhupada identified himself as Sri Varsabhanavi Dayata Das, which means the servant of Radharani's beloved. One of Srila Prabhupada's favorite books was Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilap Kushumanjali, all 104 verses of which he cherished and learned by heart. He considered any blessing given by Krishna without the mercy of Radharani to be Krishna's deception. He never considered Krishna alone and unaccompanied by Radha to be of great significance. Imagine. Not very significant when Krishna is alone, but when he's accompanied by Srimati Radhika, very significant. He would quote one of the last verses of Vilapa Kushumanjali to illustrate this point. And our Gurudev loved this shloka. Srila Sridhar Maharaj also included this shloka at the end of his incredible lecture that he gave in his book called Sri Guru and His Grace, the line of Sri Rupa. And he quoted this verse that Raghunath Das Goswami, at the end of all of his prayers to Srimati Radhika, 104 verses, he's praying and praying to Srimati Radhika for her mercy. And finally at the end he expresses the following. Asha barair amrita sindhu mayai katanchit kalo mayati gamita kila sampratam hi tvam chet kripam mai vidasyasi naiva kim me pranair vrajena shavaroru bakaranapi. Here's the translation. O Radha of beautiful thighs, in reciting this poem, I have passed a little time revealing my ambrosia-filled hopes. Asha barair. Asha means hope. So in all of these prayers that I've just spoken to you, my dear Srimati Radhika, I have, in this very little time, I have revealed my ambrosia-filled hopes. Amrita Sindhu Mayai Katanchit. Amrita Sindhu means ocean of nectar, Amrita. But now he says, this is his last, he says, if you are not merciful to me now, if you are not merciful to me right now, I'm at the end now, I cannot tolerate any longer, then of what use to me is my life, my residence in Braja, or what use to me even the company of Krishna, the enemy of Baka himself? This is what Raghunath Das Goswami expressed. This is what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada relished and tasted at the very end and all throughout his life. These kind of moods of absolute surrender and service to Srimati Radharani. Srila Prabhupada experienced the separation felt by Radharani from Sri Krishna's departure in the identity of Nayana Mani Manjari, which is his eternal spiritual name and form, Nayana Mani Manjari, who is the dearest companion of Rupa Manjari herself. Whenever he described the last 12 years of Mahaprabhu's pastimes at the Gambhira, during which he experienced ecstatic feelings, Mahabhav, of separation, in the mood of Radharani, then Prabhupada would completely lose himself in ecstasy and forget the external world. When his trance broke, he would repeat Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's words from the Chaitanya Charitamrita with his voice fluttering with tears. Ha ha Krishna Pranadana, ha ha Padma Lochana, ha ha Divya Sadguna Sagar, ha ha Shyam Sundara, ha ha Pitambaradhara, ha ha Ras Vilasanagara, kahan gele tomapai, tumi kahan tahan jai. What does this mean? What Prabhupada would be expressing? This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is expressing, alas, where is Krishna, the treasure of my life? Where is the lotus-eyed one? Alas, where is the divine ocean of transcendental qualities? Alas, where is the beautiful blackish youth dressed in yellow garments? Alas, where is the hero of the rasa dance? Where can I go to find him? Tell me, and I will go there. So one day, in the Gambhira, Mahaprabhu put his arms around Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar's shoulders and explained that the only way to attain the mood of love found in Braja was through the chanting of the holy name. The only way to attain the mood of love that is found in Braj Ras, Braja Prem, the only way to attain that is through the chanting of the holy name. Is there any other way than this one? So what is the only way to attain? Through the chanting of? This is Mahaprabhu telling to Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar at the very end of his Leela in this world. And that's when he spoke the Sikshastakam in the Gambhira. That's when his lotus mouth emanated the Sikshastakam, the 8 shlokas. So, in the age of Kali, Mahaprabhu is telling, in the age of Kali, the person who chants the holy name, he shows himself to be the most intelligent and the most capable of attaining Krishna's lotus feet. Offenseless chanting of the mere reflection of the holy names, it results in the destruction of all one's anarthas, while chanting of the pure name, it results in the attainment of love for Krishna and his lotus feet. Of all these names, the most potent are those that the divine couple Radha and Krishna themselves chant when they are separated from each other. Srila Prabhupada told his disciples that chanting these names in the mood of separation was the topmost form of worship. Srila Sanatana Goswami, he also taught that chanting the holy name is the devotional practice with the greatest capacity to produce ecstatic love for Krishna, having the power to enchant Krishna like a magic spell. Srila Prabhupada set the standard of unrelenting enthusiasm for chanting these holy names and taught his disciples the importance of following his example. And when Srila Prabhupada was relishing the mood of separation from the Lord, his natural feelings of ecstatic love would be observable to everyone. He particularly relished the internal significance of Lord Gaurasundar's Rathayatra pastime, wherein Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, took Puri to be Kurukshetra, and he wished to carry Lord Jagannath off to Sundarachal, which he saw as Vraja. The strong feelings and the deep connection that Srila Prabhupada had for this Leela were particularly evident when he established an annual Rathayatra festival at the Kurukshetra Mat so that he could relish the same mood there. Our most worshipable Srila Prabhupada was unswervingly devoted to the chanting of the holy name from his childhood. And while Bhaktivinoda Thakur was a deputy magistrate in Serampore, Srila Prabhupada was only a 7th grade student. And when he recognized Prabhupada's enthusiasm for the worship of the holy name, then the Thakur gave him a gift of a japa mala made of tulsi beads, which he had brought back from a trip to Jagannath Puri. And along with the japa beads, the Thakur also initiated him in the chanting of Harinam and the Nrsimha mantra. Then, in 1881, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur started construction on the Bhakti Bhavan, his Calcutta home in the Ram Bagan neighborhood, a small deity of Kurma was found during the digging of its foundations. And though Srila Prabhupada was only 8 or 9 years old at the time, when his father saw his eagerness to worship the deity, then he gave him the Kurma mantra and he taught him the related procedures. So from that time on, Prabhupada regularly engaged in the service of the deity, and he also began wearing tilak and following other aspects of Vaishnava behavior. I myself have had the good fortune of seeing this Kurma Shalagram, Shila, which is still present at the Bhakti Bhavan building in Calcutta. So if you go there, you'll see that very same. Srila Prabhupada began to preach Mahaprabhu's message in 1903. When he came to live in Sri Mayapur, during this time he followed in the footsteps of Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur, and he began chanting 3 lakhs of holy names every day, taking up a vow to chant 1 billion names, Shatakoti in all. And at the same time, he took up severe ascetic practices. And in 1909, he had a cottage built on the site of Chandrasekhar's house, where he continued his intense bhajan. And by its side, he also had a tank excavated. And he saw this pond to be a direct manifestation of what? Radhakund, and he gave it that name. Now on March 7th, 1918, on the occasion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, Srila Prabhupada took Tridanda Sannyas in Sri Mayapur. And on that same day, he consecrated the deity of Guru Gauranga Radha Govinda at the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya, and he established the Sri Chaitanya Mat. And on March 2nd, 1923, that would be 5 years later, his work began on the construction of the temple there. And in the main temple room, deities of Guru Gauranga and Gandharvika Giridhari were installed. And while in the 4 corners the worship of the founders of the 4 Vaishnava schools or Sampradayas, coming down from Lakshmi, Brahma, Rudra and 4 Kumaras, and their acharyas, Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnuswami and Nimbaditya, was established. On March 18th, of the same year, 1918, the cornerstone for the proposed temple at the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was laid, and another for a smaller temple at Murari Gupta's house. 3 months later, at 10 a.m. on June 13th, the four-armed form of Vishnu known as Adhokshaja, formerly worshipped by who? Jagannath Mishra himself. It was found in the ground while digging the foundations for the new Yogpit temple. This murti, is still worshipped there. And on Dol Purnima, March 20th, 1935, the Maharaj of the independent state of Tripura, Sri Bir Vikram Kishore Devavarma Manikya Bahadur, he came to Mayapur on Srila Prabhupada's invitation to officially open the temple doors. Which year? 1935. Which year did he depart, Prabhupada? 1930, at the end of 36. At the end of 36? No. The first, January 1st of 1937.
Yes.
Yeah, at the beginning of 1937, at the end of 36. Okay. Now the Chaitanya Mutt's first branch opened in Calcutta in 1920 in a rented house at number 1 Ulta Dunga Junction Road. And the center was transferred to a newly built temple in Bagh Bazar in October of 1930. And gradually Srila Prabhupada and his disciples spread Mahaprabhu's gospel of pure devotional service to many places throughout India and abroad. This preaching work is still going on today. And sometimes Prabhupada went himself. Other times he sent his qualified disciples on preaching missions to distribute this message of Mahaprabhu to all and sundry. He also published daily, weekly, and monthly magazines and journals in various languages, as well as many of the books written by Mahaprabhu's dear associates, the 6 Goswamis. And through the use of such means, which were revolutionary for the time, the movement expanded rapidly and widely. And Srila Prabhupada told his disciples this following quote: May Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs, listen to this, may Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs and his transcendental literature, which contains the same deep purport as those of Narottam Das Thakur, be distributed in abundance throughout Bengal, Orissa, and Assam. And may intelligent people all over the world recognize the glories of Jaiva Dharma and Chaitanya Sikshamrita. And may they carry aloft the victory flag of non-sectarian religion and recognize that Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the holy name, and the Srimad Bhagavatam are one and the same. May this transcendental institution of the followers of Rupa Goswami be forever engaged in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's service. The Gaudiya Mutt's supreme motto, the supreme motto of the Gaudiya Mutt is found in Mahaprabhu's Sikshastakam, starting with the words Param Vijayate. What? Param Vijayate. Now all together. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Samkirtanam. What is he telling? This is the motto of the entire mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The whole preaching mission is this one statement. The only thing we desire in our lives is the dust of the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami, who made the desires of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a reality on this earth. So in this way, there's more nectar. But, yes, there's all nectar after page, paragraph after paragraph, word after word, okay? So you're just going to have to get a copy of this book. You know the title? It's called Of Love and Separation by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Meditations on My Divine Master. Every single chapter and article in this book is his amazing, beautiful descriptions and bhavs and compositions and everything, glorifying Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So I want to come to my final point, because it would not be proper for me to not mention that in 1922, my Guru Maharaj, who was known as Abhay Charan De at that time, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, later he was known, he met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur the first time in 1922, there in that place that we just heard the address, number 1 Ultadanga Junction Road. And he was coaxed to come there. He didn't really want to come. Why? Do you know why? Because he had grown up in his father's family, and his father used to invite sadhus every single day. And he didn't discriminate so much about what kind of sadhus. So he would feed the lunch every single day to whatever number of sadhus came. So Srila Prabhupada, as a boy, he saw them. Then as he grew up, he saw them like this in his house. But he did not have a very high estimation of them, because so many of them were not really real true sadhus. But what's his Gaur Mohan De, Prabhupada's father, what did he request after he fed all these personalities? He said, I want that you will pray that my son becomes a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani Gaur Premanande. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada, he was reluctant. One of his school friends, he said to him, not from school, from his university, one of his university intimate friends, he told him, you know, there's a sadhu, and he's speaking tonight, and I have gone to see him, and you cannot believe how exalted is this personality. You should come. You should also meet him. And then Abhay Charan, he was saying, no, I've seen so many sadhus. No. This sadhu is different. Believe me. You must come. And he pulled him to come. And when he met face to face, they came up the stairs, and then they came into the room where he was sitting with a number of people in the room. He was giving a darshan. And he and his friend, maybe there was a second friend also, they all came and they paid their obeisances there, and then they sat up. And as soon as they sat up, where they're in their sitting place, Srila Prabhupada began speaking to him and to them. Immediately, he began speaking to them. You are all educated young men. You are also competent to speak in the English language. You should preach this mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the whole world. It will be good for you, and it will be good for all those who hear from you. And then Abhay was quite surprised. What is he telling us? And he had an objection. Why? Because Gandhi movement was going on at that time, and Gandhi, all the youth, all the young people in the universities, too, everyone, they're all following Gandhi to get rid of the nasty, nasty British, to kick them out of the country. So, they were doing various things like wearing rough spun cotton called khadi, which was made in the villages and so forth. So it could be understood, they're followers of Gandhi. But they believed that the only way that we can get our independence, we must first of all get our independence from the British rule, and then we can preach the mission of Mahaprabhu. And when he gave that his objection to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, what did he answer? You know what he answered? He said, this mission is not dependent on any external situation, nothing political, economic, social, or any religious consideration. It is not dependent on that. This is the transcendental mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. And in this way he spoke to them. And like Abhay Charan was hearing this, he was astonished. He was astonished. He told this to all of us disciples of his. Years later, he said, when my spiritual master spoke in this way, I was completely amazed. And he said, yes, now this personality is the right person to bring this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the entire world. So that first meeting cemented in his mind and heart. Srila Prabhupada said, actually, at that moment, I accepted him as my guru in my heart. That is the real connection, not just the initiation ceremony. Prabhupada didn't actually get initiated till, when was it, 1933, right? 30. It was like 11 years later, 1933. But he accepted, he was already initiated. He had already, and he said, I have met such a saintly person. I kept on thinking like this, I have met such a saintly person, such a saintly person. So that order that he received, then he began to try to follow that order in his life. And particularly, especially after Srila Prabhupada left the planet at the end of 1936, first day of 1937. Now he was in household life, he was a businessman, and he kept meditating on that instruction. But we should know that before Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta left the planet, about 4 weeks or so, before he left the planet, Srila Prabhupada said, he explained to us, I wrote a letter to my Guru Maharaj. I wrote him a letter. And I requested, I asked him, oh dear Guru Maharaj, you have so many disciples. I am one of them also. But many of them are sannyasis and brahmacharis and like this. And they can do so much service for you, but I'm only a householder. Well, what service? Please tell me what service I can do for you. And then what happened? Srila Prabhupada repeated exactly the same instruction that he gave to him in the letter. And he also told him, if you ever get money, print books. And this became the guiding life of Srila Prabhupada's, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's whole household life, into his Vanaprastha life, and then into his sannyas life. For the rest of his life, that was his only focus. And he became so focused. We told the other day how Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj did this amazing, wonderful service to Srila Prabhupada to push him to take sannyas, which if he had not taken, there would be no way that he would be able to go throughout the whole world and preach this message. So, as Srila Prabhupada was traveling across the Atlantic Ocean, I'm just going to tell this last thing. Yes. So I have it right here. Krishna Tava Punya Habibai. So on the Jaladuta, as you all have you know, that Srila Prabhupada, he struggled so much. I mean, it's such a long story. He all the way through his household life, and he was struggling even just to somehow or other get passage across the ocean, and he started translating Srimad Bhagavatam, which was the instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Radha Damodar temple. For the 3 years it took him to translate the first canto in the form of 3 volumes. So then he was struggling somehow or other to get passage to go outside of India and begin the preaching mission physically, to leave India, go to the West. So the first opportunity arose where he had some chance to go to China. Was it China or Japan? I forget. Yeah, China. And he prepared himself. He even wrote a whole book from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is one of the pastimes of Krishna in Braj, where the autumn season is being described very beautifully by Shukadev Goswami. And he took that and he turned it into a whole book to preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he even had artists who he hired to paint paintings of those scenes that he was describing. But in some way, it didn't happen. By Krishna's will, he had a different plan. And then he had association with this lady, what was her name? Srimati Murarji. Sumati Murarji. And she was the owner of a huge shipping company with the huge ships, ocean-going sea vessels that travel across the oceans. And Srila Prabhupada requested her, please give me passage on that ship to America. And then she was actually very reluctant. Prabhupada was already almost 70. He says, what will you do there, Guruji? What will you do there? And it is such a cold place, and you know. And then Prabhupada just insisted and finally said, okay, I'll give you passage. So on that ship, when he departed on the day after Baladev Purnima of 1965, and he came to the port, boarded the ship. There's actually a very interesting that was sent to me, I think by Sajjan Maharaj, but a couple of people sent it to me. It's a AI showing Srila Prabhupada and speaking different things and all that. It looks just like him. And he's walking up the plank to board the ship. Have you seen that, any of you? Oh, okay, I'll have to share it. So Prabhupada on the ship, then about a week after, or 10 days after, was what? Krishna Janmashtami. And his appearance day, the day after Krishna Janmashtami. So on the ship, Prabhupada also observed that, and he preached to the captain and the wife of the captain, and like this. But in the course of the trip, going from the east coast, Calcutta port, all the way down to the southern tip, then coming up into the Arabian Sea, it's called, right? Into the Arabian Sea, before the Suez Canal. And the waves were very, very big. And we all know the story of how Srila Prabhupada was so much deeply affected by this, that he had heart attacks, 2 heart attacks during that time. But anyway, he survived by Krishna's divine intervention. Krishna actually came to him in a vision that he was rowing a boat with all of his 10 Das avatars, incarnations, and he was saying, "Oh Abai, do not fear, do not fear." Anyway, in the course of their continued trip across the Atlantic, the captain of the ship said, "I have never seen in my whole life, going across the Atlantic so many times, I have never seen such a calm ocean." And Prabhupada understood that if Krishna, if he would allow the Atlantic Ocean to show its real face, then he would not make it. So on that ship, then, September 13th, 1965, as the ship was getting nearer and nearer to the Boston port on the east coast of America, Prabhupada wrote this prayer. I'm just reading not all the Bengali, but I'm reading the Bengali for the first verse. Because he's telling, Krishna, tava punya habe bhai. E punya koribe jabe. Radharani kushi habe. Dhruva ati boli toma tai. So what is he telling to Krishna? Krishna, Prabhupada is speaking to Krishna. Oh, I emphatically say to you. And he said, bhai. They translated it wrongly, the ISKCONs, because they said plural, brothers, oh brothers, like in the songs of the Acharyas, oh brothers, I say to you. No, he's talking directly to Krishna. Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj explained this clearly. He's talking directly to Krishna. And he says, Krishna, tava punya habibai. You will attain your punya, your great good fortune. How will that come about? E punya koribe jabe radharani kushi habe. That punya, you will attain that only in one way. Radharani kushi habe. If Radharani is pleased by you, Krishna, if she is pleased by you, then you will attain your good fortune. Dhruva ati boli tomatai. I am telling you this with emphasis and very extreme seriousness, O Krishna. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj said that our Srila Prabhupada was enlisting the assistance of Krishna by saying that to him here. Now in the second verse he mentions his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, because this was what was on his mind, in his heart. This was his only objective. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said that our Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he made his heart completely empty of any other desire. Any other desire, he made his heart empty. Only one desire, to fulfill the instructions of my spiritual master. And taking the order on his head, Gurvagyam Shirshi Dharyam Shakti Avesha Swarupine. Then he became Shaktivesh. Of Nityananda Prabhu descended, that Shakti descended into him. And he's writing here that Sri Siddhanta Saraswati, Sachi Sutta Priya Ati, Krishna Sebai Jar Tulanai, Se Mohant Guru, Jagate Madhe Uru, Krishna Bhakti De Tai Tai. That Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga, the son of Mother Sachi, is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. Krishna Bhakti De Tai Tai. He gives Krishna Bhakti all throughout the world. Then he says, Tar Icha Balavan. His desire. Icha means his desire. His, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, his desire is very, very strong. Balavan. It is full of power. His desire. Tar Icha Balavan Paschatyete Tan Tan Hoi Jate Gorang Geranam. His desire is that Lord Gauranga will spread throughout all countries of the Western world. That the holy name of Lord Gauranga, by his strong desire, will spread throughout all the countries of the Western world, in all cities, in towns, villages on the earth, from all the oceans, seas, rivers, and streams. Everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. Tahale Anandahoy Tabehoy Digvijay Chaitanyara Kripa Atishai Maya Dushta Jata Duki Jagate Sabai Suki Vaishnavera Icha Puranahoy. As the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions, a flood of transcendental ecstasy will certainly cover the whole land. And when all the sinful, miserable living entities become happy, then the Vaishnava's desire is fulfilled. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada glorified his Guru by saying it is by his desire that this message of Mahaprabhu is going to go everywhere. Therefore, in his pranam mantra, which his disciples requested him to give to them, they needed a pranam mantra to chant to him in the early period. He composed this pranam mantra. You say it with me. Namaste Saraswati Devi.
Namaste Saraswati Devi.
Gauravani Pracharane.
Gauravani Pracharane.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Paschatya Desha Tarane. So Paschatya Desh means Western countries. But now there's a new one where it's Paschatya and also the Eastern countries. Because now it has spread all over the world. So here he's telling, Namaste Gauravani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane. So I am offering my respectful obeisances unto Saraswati Thakur, Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane, who is preaching the message of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauravani. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Desha Tarane. By doing that, he is freeing, he is liberating the entire Western countries from what? Impersonalism and voidism. And that was the one thing that pleased Srila Saraswati Thakur when our Srila Prabhupada in 1936, he wrote in his Vyas Puja offering that rhyming poem about Adore ye all the happy day, blessed than heaven, sweeter than May. When he appeared in Puri, that holy place, my Lord and Master, his divine grace. And there was one verse in that poem that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta saw, and he appreciated it very much. What was that? Impersonal calamity. No. That's later. What?
I don't know The next verse is over divine angel. He was light up the candle.
No, I'm not saying all the verses. I'm only saying the verse about impersonalism and voidism. Impersonal calamity thou hast removed. But what's before that? Come on, all you with your phones and Google Dave. Let's consult with Google Dave, okay? My God. So, I'm forgetting in old age. I can't remember. Thou hast removed. That's your right. You have the mace. Save us a fallen, your divine grace. Okay, absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. That's the first line. Absolute is sentient. He has senses. He's not impersonal. He's not void. He has senses. Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati fought and fought and fought against all these impersonalist, voidist conceptions. So, absolute is sentient, thou hast proved, and what? Impersonal calamity thou hast removed. That's your right. You have the mace. Save us a fallen, your divine grace. So then Prabhupada, in his own pranam mantra, he put that same point there. Delivering the Western countries which are filled with impersonalism and voidism by preaching the message of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's very intimate, dear disciple, one of the topmost amongst many topmost disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he did this miracle. And our Gurudev, Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, he used to always say, what a miracle he has done. All the God brothers, they all said, what a miracle this God brother has done. What he's done, it's impossible. But it became possible. Why? Because he made his heart empty of any other desire. Completely pure desire. And even though he struggled for a whole year to get things off the ground, finally it started happening. And in 12 years, he spread the holy name of Krishna and Mahaprabhu throughout the entire length and breadth of this planet. So in this way, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's desire was fulfilled. And now we are entering the era in which it is going to go everywhere, to every single town and village. And in this way, our beloved Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he will be very much pleased. And our Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, will be very pleased for all the devotees. Doesn't matter what mission, what institution, this and that, we're all in one family. Do you know what that family is called? Gaur Paribar. Say that. Gaur Paribar. Paribar means family. The family of who? Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is the era now. And Mahaprabhu is arranging everything. It's all coming very soon. And in this way, the whole world is going to be inundated with Mahaprabhu's mission. Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj Transcendental Disappearance Day Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Vansha Kalpatarubhascha. Kripa Sindhu Bevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah, we should do the push. Absolutely. Yes. Maharaj, would you like to lead? Shri Guru Chan. Huh? Oh, Brinda.
Madhuka,
Oh, Madhuka.
they are all there.
Who will do? Who will go? K Jabe bye. What?
This I'm just going to ask you.
Yeah.
Fill this up.
You said Because Prabhupada said Harinam is the essence. But if you don't have Sadhu Sangha, how can you get that?
Yeah, well, how much can I say? I can't make every single 1,008 points. Everyone understands that here anyway.
Well,
Today is Char Chandrakani's birthday.
Oh, really?
So we can do a blessing.
Yes.
And lead us.
Oh, now I need those verses. Where? Find them quickly. Well, what is it? Maharaj, you know the verses by heart, right? You've done that so many times. What?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Swasti Vachan.
Yes, Swasti Vachan. Okay, you can do it. You can do it.
I give you, then you do.
After everything. Let's do this first.
I think first Pushpan.
Oh, okay. So then we'll do that. Okay. Where's Vin? Where's Vin? Is he going to sing?
Madhu. Prabhuji, Madhu.
Let's start first. Yeah, start, and then we'll give the flowers.
Okay, not Prabhupada. No, okay.
Better make it simple. It's good.
Yeah.
But does everybody have it?
In the phone here, they can find out.
Okay.
Jai Prabhupada, Arati Hari.
It's not in our books. Is there?
Jai Prabhupada, Arati.
Okay. Okay. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Oh, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Oh, Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada. Jaya Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Shri Guru Chad is different.
You don't know how to sing this one?
It's like normal. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Arati Nehani. This is morning. Yeah, this is morning.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Arati Nehani. Jaya Jaya
Prabhupada Arati Nehari Yoga Mayapur Nita Sevadanakari Sarvatra Pachara Dhupa Saurabhanohara Bhakta Muktali Kula Modachara Chara ज्योति सिद्धांत दीपा जलिया जगाते पंचरस सेवा शिखा वादित तहाते ओ पंचमहादीप जाता पंचमहाज्योति ओ त्रिलोकति निरनाशे अविद्या धर्माति हे भक्ति विनोद धारा हरे शंखधारा ओ नीरावधि वाहेता रोदना ही आरा ओ सर्ववजमाई घंटा भज सर्वकाला ओ बृहामृदंग वद्य परमारशाला ओ विशाल लालते शोभे तिलक उजाला ओ गाला देश तुलसीमा कर जालमाला ओ अजनुलंबिता बहु दीर्घ कलिवारा प्राप्त कंचवरना परम सुंदरा ललिता वनाना मुके स्नेह बिहरासी अंग कांति शोभाया छे नित्य पूर्ण नाशी यति धर्म परिधने अरुणावसाना ओ मुक्ता कैल मेघावृता गोदिया गंगाना ओ भक्ति कुशेम कथा कुंज विरजिता सौंदर्य शराबे तारा विश्वभिमोहिता ओ से बधा से नारा हरि चमर धुलाया केशवयति आनन्दे निरजन गाया ऐसे वदश नर हरि चमर दुला ऐसे वदश नर हरि चमर दुला केशवती आनंद निरजन गाया केशवाय आत्यानंद निरजन गाया जय जय प्रभुपद आरती निहारी ओ जय जय प्रभुपद आरती निहारी ओ योगमय पुराणित शबदनकारी योगमय पुराणित शबदनकारी जय जय प्रभुपद आरती नारी जय जय प्रभुपद आरती निहारी योगमय पुराणित सेवदनकारी योगमय पुराणित सेवदनकारी जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे ओ प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल Karana. No? Finish. Finish, huh? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gopanande Nitai Gopanande Nitai Gopanande Jai Jai Sri Radhe Jai Jai Sri Radhe Jai Jai Sri Radhe Jai
Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gauravinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Aaj ke Ananda ki jai. What that means? That means the bliss of today ki jai. All right, we're going to do this Swasti Vachan for our dear God sister.
Do we have more?
The flowers finished?
More flowers? No, you take one garland.
Oh yeah.
And then we can take the small
So all should, Charu should come and kneel here. And then all the devotees should come around. Come close, in a big circle here. Right around, right next to her. Right next to her.
Oh,
right
today
next
is also Breen's birthday also?
Really?
It's your birthday.
Let me ask you both,
birthday.
let me ask you both a question. Is this by the Titi or by the Western calendar?
Yeah, the
day?
Western calendar.
Mine's Luna.
Lunar.
Oh, yours by the
Titi,
lunar.
same Titi.
Yeah.
And yours is?
By
And
the
you know what is the curious thing? Today's Prabhupada's by Titi and by solar both.
yeah, both. Yeah,
And it happens very rarely.
yeah.
Very rarely.
Okay. There is
All right,
flowers.
so, now we're saying Swasti. You know what Swasti means? It means auspiciousness. To hope and give the gift of auspiciousness to Charu Chandrika Didi, Vrindavan Prabhu.
You have a garland to give her?
There was garland.
Garland to give her?
Where is those garland?
Oh yeah, there was one over there.
There's one in my bag.
And you can start.
Oh, we can.
So everybody has to repeat after me.
Great.
It's the flowers.
Yes, everyone have flowers.
Give me. Give it to me.
No, but there was some flower. Where's the flowers?
Everyone has.
Everyone has flowers.
Everyone has flowers.
This is for you to wear. Put on her. Put on her.
Yes.
Okay, everybody has. Where's the microphone? Give me the microphone. Just the phone. Just the.
Okay. It's very attached to mine.
So when's your request?
Fourth of March.
Oh, 4th of March.
Yeah, it was. But the day of
Okay, everybody repeat after me. Om, 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 Swasti no Govinda,
Swasti no Govinda.
Swasti no Chutananto,
Swasti no Chutananto.
Swasti no Vasudevo,
Swasti no Vasudeva.
Vishnur Dadhatu,
Vishnu Dadatu.
Swasti no Narayano,
Swasti no Narayano.
Narovai,
Narovai.
Swasti na
Swastina.
Padmanabha,
Padmanabha.
Purushottamo,
Purushottama.
Dadhatu,
Dadhatu.
Swasti no
Swastino.
Vishvakseno,
Vishvakseno.
Vishveshvaraha,
Vishveshvara.
Swasti no
Swastino.
Rishikesho,
Rishikesho.
Harir, Dadhatu,
Dadhatu.
Swasti no
Swastino.
Vainateyo,
Vainateo.
Hari,
Hari.
Swasti no
Swastino.
Anjanasuto,
Anjanasuto.
Hanur Bhagavato Dadhatu Swasti Swasti Sumangalai Kesho Mahan Shri Krishna Sachidananda Ganaha Sarveshwareshwaro Dadhatu Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayo Om Krishna Vai Sachidananda Ganaha Krishna Adi Purusha Krishna Purushottamaha. Then Krishna. Yeah. Okay.
To the last part. This Mangalam Bhavati.
Okay. Where
they used to speak.
Yeah. All right. Mangalam Bhavatu Mangalam Bhavatu Kalyana Bhavatu Kalyanam Bhavatu Krishna Bhakti Bhavatu Krishna Bhakti Bhavatu Guru Nishta Bhavatu Guru Nishta Bhavatu Radha what? Dasyam Radha Dasyam Bhavatu Radha Dasyam Bhavatu Om Swasti 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 Om Swasti 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 Om Swasti Swasti Swasti. Now everyone's throw Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Charles Chandrika Didi Transcendental Birthday Ki Jai Jai Vrindavan Prabhu's Transcendental Birthday Ki Jai. All glory to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande Vansha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Mahaprasadam Ki Jai.